Okay, guys, so there a couple weeks ago I made that video on wasting your training time and how I talked about, scanning and turning and following the target to the ground and all that shit's dumb, which I think it is. But I try to base everything I do in fact because obviously if it's not factual, why would we do it? So what we're going to do is kind of a simple thing today. I'm gonna do one drill. I'm going to draw. I'm going to fire 2 rounds on target, reholster, draw, fire 2 rounds. So I'm going to do it my normal way when I'm on the range, which is just draw, put my rounds in, reholster, hit the timer, draw, do it again. See how long it takes just in total time. We'll just use a timer on the phone. It'll do the same thing, but we'll add in all the other things. So the following the target down, the scanning my immediate front, the turning and scanning 360 degrees, attack reload, the checking of weapon status, the reholstering, all that. And we'll see just how much time we're actually wasting. And then you guys can tell me if it's practical. Because what tends to happen is, I'd almost guarantee you that the people who most typically talk about how you've got to scan and you've got to follow the target down are probably some of the same people who talk about how they don't have that much time to train or how their training time is limited, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, you know who else's time is limited? Every fucking other person that trains ever. I mean, every cop, myself, every other fucking regular person. So let's see if we're wasting our time and just kind of figure out what it goes here. So, again, I tweaked my shoulder up rolling a couple weeks ago, so I'm not going to draw very fast, so don't look into that. And the timer's got a random delay. It goes from like 4 to 6 seconds or 2 to 4 seconds, I forget which, something like that. So, regular way first here. Okay, now we're gonna do the other way with all the other stuff here. Okay, so we'll just use the timer on the phone, see how much time we actually wasted, which obviously it's going to be a very significant amount of time. And then, you guys make your own decision on whether or not it's worth your time to do that. And I obviously don't think that it is, unless you're specifically doing combative-related stuff. I teach classes on that, that I call facilitation classes or actual handgun combatives where we integrate everything. And I'll tell you, one, you get in a fight, you're gonna definitely be fixated on the guy that you're in a fight with. I know that from real life, both unarmed fights and gun fights I've been in, but also in training and watching other people training. But you'd be extremely surprised at how easily, at the end of a drill or while you're in the middle of something, once you're able to focus and remove one particular threat, how easily you start searching for an exit or a door or things like that. So the searching thing, it's a lot of it's a very natural thing. Obviously, in that instance, we could train it more when it has situational usage. But if we're just talking the firearm skill, and you're going to see it in this video, I bet it takes us 3 times as long per drill when we add all that other stuff in. So if you're talking about a person who only has 1 hour a week or 1 hour every 2 weeks to spend shooting, essentially what you're talking about is if you went out and just drilled your shooting fundamentals like this, you would get 60 minutes of training. If you went out and did all of the other stuff, you would get 20 minutes of training. And you cannot tell me, or if you can, you better be able to back it up with some sort of factual information. You cannot tell me that you're going to be better off with 20 minutes of actual training than I am with 60 minutes of training. It just doesn't fucking add up. But remember, guys, only the hits count, and you can never miss fast enough to catch back up.